It's Halloween. So I decided that for today I would make a short spooky video about sightings of animal ghosts. So enjoy. Mwahahahaha. Number 5. The Karoo Ape. As the legend goes, during the 17th century, the Karoo Castle was the home of an explorer named Sir Rutland His, who was said to be very cruel in a very unusual manner. She was said to do horrible acts on those who entered the castle, with said acts usually being carried out by his pet ape or monkey from Africa. Until one day a merchant named Horowitz knocked at the castle's door, concerned about a relationship between his daughter and Roland's son. Roland, not believing the man, dismissed him, but Horowitz continued pleading to him, at which point he called in the ape, which tortured him. After the attack, Roland's servants attended Hurwitz's wounds, at which point Hurwitz cursed Roland and his pet. The next morning, both Roland and the primate were found dead. It is said that the ghost of the ape can still be heard and seen in and around the castle. Number 4. The Tower of London Bear. The Tower of London appears to be very haunted in general, and among them is said to be the spirit of a bear. One night in 1816, a guard on night duty was said to have seen a large bear coming from beneath the door, leading to the jewel room. The guard attempted to strike the beast with a bayonet, but it went straight through it. Horrified, he collapsed. When he was discovered, he was carried to the guard room. At that moment, his mental state was completely derailed from what was once a healthy man. Interestingly enough, a white bear, which was probably a polar bear, was kept at the menagerie, the Tower of London, in the 13th century, which was a gift of King Haven V of Norway to King Henry III. The ghost bear was described as both large and pale, matching the description of a polar bear fairly well. Number 3. The Demon Cat of Washington, D.C. A demon cat is said to haunt government buildings of the United States in Washington, D.C., including the Capitol and the White House. Funnily enough, the cat itself is sometimes called D.C. It is said to be the ghost of a cat that was brought to the tunnels of the Capitol building in the mid-19th century to hunt the rats and mice there. It is reportedly seen prior to presidential elections and political tragedies, such as the assassination of Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy. It was reportedly also seen near the end of World War II. Its description varies, either being a black or tabby cat, and said to be the size of a normal house cat, but when alarmed, grow to the size of a tiger, sometimes even to that of an elephant. It is said to explode when this happens, sometimes to pounce at the observer, vanishing before reaching the witness. Its eyes are also said to glow. Number 2. Bakakujira, Japanese ghost whale. The legend of Bakakujira appears to have started in the former Izumo province, where at one unspecified rainy evening, a large white figure was seen offshore. Eventually, the fishermen realized it had the form of a whale, and they set off to hunt it. But no harpoon was said to be able to kill it. Upon closer inspection, the whale in question appeared to be the living skeleton of a baleen whale, with no flesh or skin. At the same time, strange birds and fish started to appear, which disappeared alongside the whale under the current. It was never seen again. It has been claimed the skeletal spirit is the vengeful ghost of a whale. Number 1. The Pennine Pterosaur. During the early 1980s, a series of sightings of a huge bat-like or reptilian bird or pterosaur were in the Pennines, northern England. At first, these appear to be normal neopterosaur sightings, but they are not, as apparently it was sometimes reported to be transparent, implying it was the ghost of a pterosaur that lived millions of years ago. It was first reported by a man named William Green in September 1982. describing it as having a wingspan of around 6 feet or 1.8 meters. Probably larger, and that it was flying in a rather haphazard manner. He also said it was grey and leathery, had bat-like wings, and was eerie to look at. 3 days later, a woman was said to have seen it as well, flying on a rook of rooks. Over the course of 2 years, multiple sightings came in, including a picture taken by Mike Priestley, which is blurry even for cryptid senders, but indeed looks transparent. That was it for today. Happy Halloween.